Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as you can see by the title, is about my honest review of the Sony ZV-1 camera. I tried filming this video yesterday and I just couldn't for reasons that I will explain. But I figured that this would be a really essential video to post because all the videos that I've seen of the Sony ZV-1 out there on YouTube seem to hype up the camera a lot, and I want to be honest with you about my real experience with this camera, what I like about it, what I don't. So if you're interested, go ahead and keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a like, and let's get to it. Let me give you some background details about my time with this camera. So I've had this camera for over a year now. It was given to me on my birthday last year. And the reason why I picked it out was because it's a compact camera. It does come with this dead cat. Apparently it's called a dead cat. Comes with a dead cat, which is for wind noise reduction. But one thing that I will mention is because the camera is small, first of all, it doesn't come with a flash. But I do have a video about a flash that I bought for this camera, so if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. It's in my channel. And secondly, because the camera is not that big, there's not a lot of space to grip it. So I would recommend buying one of these little things. I bought it from Amazon, and it's like a small tripod, but you can also use it, like you can elevate this part. It has like a couple levels. And you can use it to film. Like if you're vlogging, this is really useful, but it also just helps you get a better grip of your camera. So I really enjoyed this little tool. I would recommend getting it, and it wasn't expensive. Initially, when I first got it, I was honestly quite disappointed with the quality in terms of pictures. I felt like the quality was not as great as like my iPhone camera. I have an iPhone 11 Pro Max, and quite frankly, I thought that the quality on the iPhone was a lot crisper than the one of this camera. So it was kind of disappointing to feel that way. I felt like the pictures were blurry even though the autofocus features were on. I went through my settings and kind of adjusted them to, get the most out of this camera. And even then, I continued to feel like something was wrong with my camera. So the good thing is we did buy the camera with a Geek Squad protection plan. So I did take it in, and this was I took it in the first time. I have the paperwork right here. I took it in February for the first time. And it turns out that they did actually repair the lens, and they kind of recalibrated it and did a general test and cleaning. It takes a while. When you send in a camera through the Geek Squad plan, it does take a while to get your camera back. So just be aware of that if you really need your camera like to film videos like for a job or for a living or whatever. Just be aware that it does take a while to get your camera back. But I didn't mind waiting as long as they fixed it, right? So eventually I picked up the camera, or I got it back, and they definitely fixed something because the quality on it was much better than before. So it was kind of satisfying to know that I wasn't wrong, that I wasn't just overthinking it. There actually was something wrong with the lens because it was functioning a lot better after it was fixed. But it was kind of a bummer that, straight out of the box, it was already showing issues. And then comes my second problem with the camera. So April of this year, I had tried to sit down and film a couple makeup videos, and the camera initially would just turn off after filming for like 5 minutes. And actually yesterday and today, it keeps doing that. Like it keeps overheating and turning off. So that was kind of a bummer. And yesterday I thought that maybe it was because I had connected the camera to my computer to use as a monitor. That was the very first time I did that, so I thought maybe that was contributing to the camera overheating. But looking back at those other times months ago when it was just turning off randomly, and today, because today I don't have it connected to the monitor, I'm just using the monitor on the camera, this tells me that something is definitely going on with the camera itself. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take it in to get it checked out after I finish editing and filming this video. In case you're wondering, because last night I was researching reasons as to why the camera might have overheated or what I could do about it. And there are a couple of YouTube videos out there where they explain how to change the settings to have the camera turn off in high temperatures. I did already do that. I had it set up that way yesterday to the high temperature setting, and it's still turned off on me. It's still overheated, and it did it again today. Another thing that I was doing back in April was that it would randomly the lens would just go in and out, in and out. Like I wasn't able to use the camera. Like it would just go crazy on me. And then I couldn't even turn it off. Like it would just do that consistently. And I do have video evidence of that. So I will include that in this video so you can see what I'm talking about. I was like, okay, I definitely have to take it in to get fixed again. So that time when I did take it in April, the paperwork tells me that they cleaned it, they did, you know, general inspection, but they did do a main flex circuit and CPU repair. And unfortunately, I mean, it hasn't glitched, but unfortunately it keeps overheating, which is kind of frustrating, you know, because this camera is kind of expensive and it's new. I don't really use it that often for it to be worn out already. Another thing that I would like to mention is that I did have an issue with the SD card on the camera corrupting, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get all that data back, all the images and the videos that I had filmed. I don't want to completely blame it on the camera because it's possible that the 1 or 2 times that I forgot to click eject when I was transferring my footage into the computer, that could have damaged the SD card. But then again, I think I only did it like a couple of times when I was first learning how to do this. It wasn't something that I did consistently. I caught on afterward that, oh, there's this button called eject. I should probably use that. So if you're new to using cameras, make sure to use that feature, you know, click eject. But the reason why I think that it's important mentioning this issue in this video is because since the camera turns off on me randomly all the time, that could also be another reason why it would why it would corrupt the SD card. So it's something to take notice of, that it's not only frustrating when it turns off in the middle of you filming, but it's also risking the data that you have on your SD card. You know, it is a good camera for filming. It's really great. I can't really complain in terms of the quality for filming. I zoomed in so you can see the quality is really good. It autofocuses really well when you're trying to use like a product showcase. So if I put this right here, it focuses like right away. So no problems in terms of that. One thing I did want to mention though is that when I take pictures with family, I feel like sometimes it still struggles to focus evenly on everyone. So I'm gonna try to play around with the like wide focus setting on the camera and see if that helps rather than focusing only on the center, if that makes sense. It also has this really cool feature which kind of stabilizes the motion in your video if you are into vlogging. I haven't really used that very much, but the only downside to that I did hear about is that it zooms in, like it crops you in a little bit. But that's why this is useful. You know, this is an easy fix for that. And the camera only comes with 1 battery from Sony. The battery life is pretty good in my opinion. But I did buy some replacement batteries from another brand, and they're not as long lasting as the Sony ones, but they're pretty good. You know, they work for what I use it for. The camera itself, I think, has warranty through Sony for the initial first year. I don't know if you can purchase the Geek Squad protection after that year. I'm not really sure how that works because I didn't purchase it myself again. What they do at Geek Squad is that because I have that full year of service through Sony, they'll try to use that instead of pitching in their own service. So just be aware of that. But you know, the good thing is I do have the the Geek Squad protection on there. So because so many things have gone bad, at least I can go and try to get it fixed without it coming out of my pocket. But if you're thinking about getting this camera, I do think that it's worth getting some sort of warranty on it, given my experience. I felt like it was really essential to film this video and let you know because there's a lot of hype around this camera. It's a new camera and a lot of YouTubers are recommending it. And like I said, my experience has been so with it. I mean, it's like I enjoy it when it works, but I've also had a lot of problems with it within just the past year. And I hope that this video was helpful. Again, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and see you next time.